my mandate is to really assert title and rights for First Nations, and part of that is when you're asserting your title and rights, that means making decisions on the land.
I mean, there's no question that we're the original owners of the land and still own the land, haven't ceded the territory, and rights and title goes along with economic development.
Much of First Nations have asserted territory that is unsettled. And even if you do have a settled territory, such as a treaty, there should be arrangements made with the levels of government and more importantly with industry.
I find quite often it's very easy to silo things, right? But in actuality, it's all so interconnected. And that, from an Indigenous worldview, would say that interconnection is certainly what makes us who we are.
Hishuk ish tawak, which means everything is one and everything is interconnected. This is the reality. For Nuu-chah-nulth peoples, we understand the interconnection of all things.
And throughout trial and error over this 15,000 years, we've determined to strike a balance between economy and environment, managing those two, and establishing an ecosystem-based management approach to economic development.
Interconnection is certainly what makes us who we are. So when we're talking about economic development, that's really not that far away from environment and climate change, right? That's really not that far away from education. That's really not that far away from health and wellness. So how do we find a way to support communities to advance those priorities and solutions nationally by looking at all of the different entities that make up kind of a healthy community?
I mean, we can't have really, your full potential in terms of economic development if you're worried about water, if you're worried about infrastructure, if you're worried about your children being taken away. I think what First Nations need to know is that these agreements, these rights, should be upheld. And in many respects, that is your leverage in terms of negotiations.